G'day everybody. I want to talk about insects, about the farm. You know mayflies? Those little flies that fly around, the little insects. I call them mayflies. They got another name for them. But they're really tiny. They fly in groups. They like to hang around grass and certain areas and wild areas and in the sun. They only live for a day, 24 hours. They call them the 24-hour fly. Usually. Sometimes they get 48 hours. I've seen some more, maybe a bit more. Depends on the weather, where they are at the time, I think. But anyway, these groups of little flies that fly around, and you go for a walk sometimes, can fly right into your face, can't they? And you're like, oh yeah, you don't want to breathe in too much or talk because they fly straight into you, so they're annoying. And so what people do is they wave their hands around. They're like, oh, get away from me, like this. And have you ever noticed, and I've done it myself, what happens when you do that? Do you notice that they tend to hang around more? Like, if you keep walking, sometimes they're still there. So they like to travel with a thing, and they might just think you're just a big object, and so they're just hanging around for a minute. Like I said, they hang around the top of the grass. They can't fly too high. They can get as high as 6, 7 feet or so, 8 feet, about max. These bugs that I know of, and they like hanging around objects and checking out things because they're a group and an entity, right, of creatures working together. And have you ever noticed when you wave at them, what they do? Like, so they hang around if you keep walking sometimes. Sometimes they just fly off, but sometimes they just stick with you right in your face, like hanging around, like looking at you. And so you wave your hand to get rid of them because they're not going away. But then they don't go. They scatter and they come back right to your face and they scatter and they come back. You're like, you try to run away from them sometimes. You get away from me and try to get enough distance where they go. Well, when that happens, why are they doing that? Are they doing it to deliberately go, hey, now we want to hang in this area? We want to just deliberately annoy you? Or are they doing it because they were just hanging out there and, like I said, everything was curious, and then you started waving your arms and it was like a threat, like you were attacking them, and so they're flying around going, what's going on here? Hey, should we retaliate? Should we fly around? What's going on? You think they get confused like that, and so they keep hanging around? Because I've noticed, because I try new things to see what will happen. Because I tried, waving my arms and they didn't really help at all. And I thought about it and stuff like that. And then the next time it come up, I decided to blow. I like to blow now. I just go like that. They get too close to my face, and then I ignore them, and then I blow if they get near my face. And when I do that, they seem to just fly away. And I think, why do they do that when I blow, and when I wave they don't? And I've come up with a theory I was just talking about. They might think you're attacking them or a threat in some way, so they're checking you out a little bit more. Because they're pretty friendly. They're not an attack kind of species. If they could, they might. Who knows? But their way of attacking might be annoying you more. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I worked out blowing is like a natural thing. Like, well, blowing works, and why did that work? Well, maybe it's more natural and it wasn't threatening. They're just like, oh, there's a bit of wind over there, coming out of the cave mouth kind of thing. And we'll just stay away from that and see you later. We'll keep on trucking because the wind is annoying us. You might have to blow a few times, right? And they're like, well, that area's not cool to hang out in. And it's natural to them. They know wind. And so they move on quicker. What do you reckon? There's always ways of thinking, isn't it? Do you reckon I think too much? Do you reckon I overthink? Do you reckon my theories are too far out? Do you reckon I'm dreaming about certain things? Do I get in my head? Or do you reckon I'm onto things? Let me know in comments, people. And have a good one. By the fire. See ya.